recently lost a loved one and are now faced with the daunting task of navigating the probate process? Or perhaps you're planning ahead and you want to understand what happens to your assets after you're gone. Either way, you may be wondering, do I really need a lawyer for probate? While the answer may vary depending upon your specific situation, there are some key factors to consider. We'll explore the benefits of hiring a lawyer, the potential drawbacks of going it alone, and provide you with some helpful tips for those who decide to hire legal representation. So whether you're a family member dealing with a loved one's estate or simply looking to plan ahead, stick around and find out if a lawyer is the right choice for you. Hi. My name is Andy with Treetop Estate Solutions. I'm a licensed realtor, certified probate expert, and a licensed general contractor. Every day I'm getting calls and emails from people going through the probate process or the process of selling a loved one's inherited properties. Our goal is to take some of the stress off of what is an already difficult situation. If you'd like to know more about going through the probate process, such as selling personal property, dealing with inherited property, or helping to find the right care for loved ones that have been left behind, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications so you can stay informed and up to date on all that's available to you. Dealing with the loss of a loved one and the prospect of having to go through probate can be a tough and overwhelming time. But did you know that you may not always need a probate attorney to settle an estate? When someone passes away, the probate process is a legal process that validates their will, if they had one, and will help to settle their estate. But even if there is no will in place, the estate can go through probate if the deceased died intestate or without having a will. While having a probate attorney can be helpful, it's not always necessary. In fact, there are some situations where you can handle the probate process on your own without any kind of legal assistance. Of course, this all depends upon the complexity of the estate and the specific laws in your state. Dealing with the loss of a loved one is already tough enough, but add on the complicated and stressful process of probate, and it can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. In this case, probate attorneys can assist with the entire process and make it easier for you. So what is a probate attorney? Well, a probate attorney is a state licensed lawyer who can help you navigate the probate process and help to settle the estate of a loved one. They can be a valuable resource for the executor of a will, if there is one, or the beneficiaries of an estate. Their services can range from helping you inventory the assets of the estate, to paying off any kind of debts that the estate may have, to distributing and settling the estate to the heirs. In short, they're there to help you with everything you need to get the estate settled, but that's not all they can do. Probate attorneys can also help with estate planning, such as setting up guardianships, creating a will, or writing a trust. However, their fees for these services tend to be a little bit on the higher side. Speaking of fees, the cost of a probate attorney can also vary depending upon the state, the complexity of the estate, and how they charge. Some attorneys are going to charge by the hour, while others may charge a flat fee or a percentage of the estate. In some states, the fees can even be determined by the size of the estate. So what does a probate attorney do? Well, if your loved one had a will, probate is necessary. However, if they had a trust, the process may be a little less complicated and more private, as trusts typically don't go through the probate process. Still, even if there is only a trust involved and no will, a probate attorney can help the trustee administer the trust. But who exactly does a probate attorney represent? Well, they typically represent either the beneficiary of the estate or the personal representative of the estate. In some cases, they may even play more than one role. So what can a probate attorney do to help settle the estate? Quite a lot, actually. They can help with tasks like collecting life insurance policy proceeds, determining and paying inheritance and estate taxes, identifying all state assets, paying off debts and final bills, and even preparing and filing court documents. In addition to those tasks, a probate attorney can also help with retitling assets into the beneficiaries' names, opening and managing the estate's checking account, and ordering property appraisals for the real estate. A probate attorney can be a valuable resource during the estate settlement process. So do you need a lawyer for probate? Making the decision of whether or not to hire a probate attorney can be a daunting task. With so many factors to consider, it's easy to get overwhelmed. First things first, take a look at your state laws. Are they complicated or relatively simple? This will give you a good idea of how difficult the probate process may be. Next, assess the estate plan left by your loved one. Did they have a will, a trust, nothing at all? This can play a huge role in determining whether you need a probate attorney. Size does matter too. The bigger the estate, the more complex it can be to manage. If there are contentious relationships between beneficiaries or complicated assets involved, a probate attorney may be necessary to help sort all of that out. But what if the decedent had a trust in place? Well, in that case, you may not need a probate attorney at all. Trust can bypass the probate process, making the whole thing much simpler and much more private. Now, can you handle probate on your own? Yes, you can. However, it's important to remember that sometimes an estate is just too complicated or overwhelming to manage by yourself. In those cases, it might be worth considering the help of a trusted and experienced probate attorney. So if you're considering hiring a probate attorney, it's important to ask a few key questions before you make your decision. Knowing what to ask can help avoid any unpleasant surprises down the road. First up, you'll want to ask about their experience. Find out how long they've been practicing probate law or doing any kind of estate planning. Generally, obviously, the more experience they have, the better they'll be at handling your case quickly and efficiently. You'll also want to ask if they've worked with the court your case will be assigned to. Each judge and county have their own way of doing things, and a probate attorney who's familiar with the court can make the process go much more smoothly. Next, ask them how long they think it will take to settle the estate. While probate cases usually don't take years, knowing how long your attorney estimates the process can be helpful. Keep in mind that unanticipated delays will occur. If your case is complicated or the estate is large, ask if they've handled cases similar to yours in the past. This can give you a sense of their experience and whether they're a good fit for your particular needs. Finally, make sure you're clear on their fees. Will they charge a flat rate, a percentage based on the estate's value, or are they going to charge you hourly? Having a clear understanding of their fees up front can help you avoid any kind of unpleasant financial surprises later on. Hiring a lawyer for probate can be a really smart investment that can help you avoid costly mistakes. Reach out to a local attorney for guidance. Or if you need a referral, someone who might be able to help you go through this process, go ahead and leave a comment below, or feel free to reach out to us directly. All of our contact information is in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and advice on real estate and home ownership. Until then, see you in the next video.